Welcome back to Manuscript, the space where men rewrite their minds and rebuild their lives. I'm your host, Derrick, and today we're stepping into a truth that separates men who rise from men who stay stuck. You don't get what you want, you get what you accept. Every man has standards, but most men never define them. They drift, they tolerate, they settle. And slowly, their life becomes a reflection of everything they allowed instead of everything they were capable of. This episode is about raising the standards that shape your identity, your habits, and your entire direction as a man. Let's get into it. Here's the problem. Low standards create a low-level life. Most men don't struggle because they lack potential. They struggle because they tolerate too much. They tolerate inconsistency. They tolerate excuses. They tolerate environments that drain them. They tolerate relationships that weaken them. They tolerate habits that sabotage them. Your standards determine your ceiling. Your tolerances determine your floor. And most men are living at their floor. The truth is, your standards are your real identity. A man's standards reveal who he truly is. Not what he says he wants, not what he hopes to become, not what he talks about, what he accepts. Your standards shape your discipline, relationships, habits, environment, confidence, future. When you raise your standards, everything in your life has to rise with them, including you. Here's the standard elevation method. 1, identify what you've been tolerating. Look at your life honestly. Where have you been settling? Where have you been accepting less than you deserve? Where have you been letting yourself off the hook? Awareness is the beginning of elevation. Number 2, set a non-negotiable standard. A standard is not a wish. A standard is not a goal. A standard is a rule. This is who I am. This is what I expect. This is what I allow. One clear standard is more powerful than 10 vague goals. Number 3, enforce the standard with action. A standard means nothing until it costs you something. It might cost you comfort. It might cost you old habits. It might cost you relationships that don't match your direction. But enforcing your standards builds identity, and identity builds your life. Here's a story when the moment my standards changed. There was a time when I thought I had high standards, but my life didn't reflect them. I said I wanted discipline, but I tolerated inconsistency. I said I wanted growth, but I tolerated distractions. I said I wanted confidence, but I tolerated negative self-talk. My standards weren't low, they were undefined. One day I realized you don't rise to your goals, you rise to your standards. So I raised them, I defined them, I enforced them. And everything in my life shifted, not because I became a different person, but because I stopped accepting the version of myself that wasn't aligned. So what's the actionable takeaway from this? Your standards shape your identity, but your identity shapes your life. Identify what you've been tolerating. Set a non-negotiable standard. Enforce it with action. Raise your standards and your life will rise with them. So here's your challenge of the week. Choose one area of your life where your standards have slipped. Define one new non-negotiable standard. Write it down. Live it for the next 7 days. No negotiation, no excuses, just elevation. Thanks for listening to Manuscript, where the mission is simple. Rewrite your mind, rebuild your life. If this episode raised your standards, share it with another man who's ready to elevate his life. And make sure you follow the show so you never miss an episode. Your story isn't finished. You hold the pen. I'll see you in episode 13.